Hey, good morning, everyone. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to join in on today's webinar. For the people that don't know who I am, my name is Malik, one of the annuity sales directors over here at IMES. And today I am also joined in with Harold over at Athene, and then I have Jake here as well, another annuity sales directors over here at IMES. And so today we've got some fantastic information to share with you today. I'm super excited to let them go over some enhancements and changes they made to their products, plus some sales strategies to help you guys close more cases. Before we get into all of that, we do have a few items. So as we go through the slides, be thinking of, clients you would like to see quotes for, and reach out to us after the presentation to discuss any questions that you guys have, and why agents love working with us over here at IME. So if at any time throughout the presentation, again, you got questions, go ahead and pop that into the question box. So you don't have to wait until the end. We will get all of those answers to you. We will also have 3 poll questions here for you today. And to start us off, when you call over here at 800-255-5055, remember, you're always going to get a live person, so you never have to deal with a dial by name directory. And that's how we kick off our best in class customer service, by answering that phone with somebody. Maybe it's the person that you're calling in for, but if not, they're going to get you transferred right over. And then just to move on to our new producer builder program here, a few reasons why agents love working with us. So our new producer builder program is for those who are new to IMES. These bonuses are available based on your production level in your first 180 days of contracting with us. We have different levels, as you guys can see here, that you can qualify at, and each level has some great options in there that you guys can review. We've got incredible business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards available as well. If you would like to know where you stand towards your new producer builder, or if you would like to have a conversation about how to achieve your next level, please just give us a call here at IMES. And another business builder program that we provide for our agents is our referred producer program. So I see a couple advisors on here with us today that have already taken advantage of this program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field, and that one of the best leads we can ever obtain is from a referral, and from one of our valued producers over here. This is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer over to us. And when you refer a producer and they get contracted, we are going to cut you a $50 thank you check. And that's where the real money comes in. And as your referral writes business, you're going to receive a override over that business. So as you guys can see, for Life Target, you guys would qualify for 15 basis points, and then index annuity 20 basis points, and so forth. Um, and um, and our ownership, Charles, Steve, and Curtis, loves writing those checks out to loves writing checks out to thousands of dollars every quarter. And so, if you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with our team, please type their information in that question box, and you can certainly email me with their information. So moving down below is our marketing referred reimbursement program, which is the most popular program that we offer here at IMES. Jake, if you can go back a slide. Excuse me, everyone.
Sorry
So
about
for
that.
so for every $100,000 in FIA premium, you're going to get $100 in a marketing reimbursement account. Why this is so popular and lucrative for our advisors is that we truly do consider this to be your money. You have the flexibility on what services and when or who to use these funds with. It is your marketing reimbursement, so we don't tell you the vendors that you have to use. We will recommend vendors that we partner with and leverage to reduce rates and preferred services. We also have our creative team here to create a marketing strategy and provide in-house services for you guys. If you'd like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account or have any questions about how to utilize it, just give your sales director a call over here at our office, and we would love to speak with you about that. All right, moving on. So our back office support team is another way we add value to our business. I feel like this is the most important service that IAMS can offer our agents over here. This is the core value of IAMS and how Charles Hiring, which is our president, founded IAMS many years ago. We want to help independent advisors work smarter, not harder. We are going to do that with our great business building tools and resources, and of course, our advanced case design assistance. We can assist with life and annuity quotes. We're going to get those illustrations that you request within 24 hours. And if it's super urgent, typically we get those back to you within really 30 minutes. Submissions to commission support is handled by our new business team. So we have, just a heads up, we have Mackenzie on our annuity team and Michelle is on the life insurance side. They have fantastic teams who work day in and day out to help you get those commissions much faster. We're going to scrub applications, submit them on your behalf, and do the administrative tracking and get you updates on those cases as needed. And we do this to ensure that you get commissions as quickly as possible. This is a service that we provide to all of our valued producers, and it's a way that we help you grow your business by keeping you in front of the clients while our team handles the back office support for you guys. And last but not least, to move forward, our IAMS website is a great tool for producers to use, which is another reason to work over here at IAMS. Once you are contracted, you are going to have full access to everything you need and that you can see on this screen. There's so much more at imsinc.com. So if you haven't registered for our website, it is very simple to do so. So I would encourage you guys to do if you haven't already. When we're done with this call, go ahead and create an account. We would love to see you on there, and there are a lot of great resources that are available to you, including illustration tools, online forms, product grids, and other uh, business building resources that you guys can use on our IAMS portal website. So now I'm going to pass it over to our Jake over here, at, one of our annuity sales directors, and I'll let him take over.
Yeah, thanks for that introduction, Malik. And again, thanks everyone for taking time out of your Tuesday morning to join us with Harold over at Athene to talk about Roth conversions. Again, my name is Jake, and an annuity sales director here at IAMS. And just following up on Malik on our website, don't hesitate to register for our IAMS website. We have hundreds of sales tools in our sales resource library, as well as Annuity Rate Watch and hundreds of different training videos that you, or if you have an agency, can go on there and leverage to gain more knowledge. Then moving on, I'm going to talk about our EAP solutions, which is Luma, and technology is where the industry is going. And Luma is the newest partnership to help streamline the application process. And most of our carriers are now on the Luma Firelight EAP platform. So you can go to just one site to submit all of your business. And some carriers are just going to EAP only for some of their product lines. And we'll also offer extra comp just for utilizing the EAP platform. So make sure you ask your sales director before you submit a paper app if you can earn more by doing EAP. And again, you can find our Luma Firelight just by going onto our IAMS portal and clicking EAP Solutions and then Luma Firelight. So it's almost like a CRM that's just not nurturing. So fantastic process if you have not used Luma before. We do have a full in-house creative team. We can help you help your practice, and a lot of the items are turnkey and available for you. So many of our sales resources are white labeled, so you can just simply impose your contact information and your business logos onto it. And then speaking of your logos, agency solutions is an area of expertise for our team. So if you haven't created a full customized brand for you and your agency, we can certainly help out with that. This is going to assist with your name recognition organically, which grows your natural market. And just about every conversation that you have with your first appointment with any prospect, the first thing that they're going to do when they leave that appointment is go and search you online. So a great opportunity to get your social brand out there. And then lastly on this page, our digital marketing solutions are a very popular topic around here at IMES. We can help you with websites, social media marketing, email marketing, and so much more. So the internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go to for information. Just making sure that you're accessible and represented in those marketing lanes is very beneficial to growing your business. So you can certainly reach out to myself, Malik, or any of our other sales directors when this webinar concludes and talk to them about how you can access our IMES Creative, and we'll get that ball rolling for you. We also offer a complimentary marketing analysis for agents looking to explore new sales ideas and programs. Whether you're new to the industry or a seasoned producer, this free assessment can help you boost your business with insights on your website, digital presence, branding, and current marketing activities, as well as recommendations of our trusted vendors for everything from lead generation to seminars and social content. So certainly reach out to your sales director to get started at any time. We do have over 35 different customized marketing vendors that we partner with, as well as our in-house marketing team. So we always like to sit down with you, do this two-step marketing analysis, learn about your current marketing efforts, and then who you want to get in front of, how you want to target them. Then it allows us to send all of this information to our creative team, and we can put together a customized marketing plan just for your practice, because we're going to want to co-aligningly run multiple marketing programs, because there's no silver bullet when it comes to marketing. So just a fantastic way to gain more appointments week in and week out. And right now with 2026 right around the corner, certainly a fantastic time to get some of those marketing plans set in place for the new year. We founded our IMES Wealth several years ago, and what we've done is grow this division of IMES very organically. We've helped advisors become IARs and pass the Series 65 at a very successful clip. So once they have registered, our IMES Wealth team is going to bring great value to your practice with an incredibly competitive fee structure for both you and your clientele. So we have great technology and a great investment platform. This has been a major growth sector of our business, and AUM could be a major growth sector for your business as well. And speaking of IMES, we like to perform multiple incentive trips throughout the year. And then just speaking of incentive trips, this is one up on your screen that you can see. We are gearing up to this trip at the Dominican Republic, which is going to be held with Athene, with Harold on today. It's going to be held March 22nd through the 25th of 2026. So all of your Athene annuity premium written through IMES now through December 31st, so end of 2025. So we don't have too much more time. So if you have any business, certainly reach into us, and we can run some different quotes with Athene on how it's going to help your business as well as be impactful for your clients. But all of that business is going to count towards qualifying, and only 4 million points is going to punch that ticket for you and a guest. So give your sales director a call for details and check in on your current point standings for this trip coming up. And then speaking of incentive trips, again, here's another one on the screen. This is going to be held with SILAC. The location is going to be in Park City, Utah. This one's going to be held August 2nd through the 5th of 2026. So next year, and only $2 million in just paid SILAC FIA premium is going to count now through April 30th of 2026. So this can punch you and a guest on the list, and it's going to be held up in the mountains again in Park City. So again, just give your sales director a call if you'd like to know where you currently stand and how many more points you need to punch your ticket to this incentive trip. We do life and annuity academies here at our home office in Omaha, Nebraska. We hold about 4 of them a year, and it's an excellent opportunity for our agents who are looking for new ways to grow their business. These IMES All all paid, expense paid academies give you an opportunity to learn from our top producers. They're going to go over marketing strategies that they have used to get from the bottom to the top in the industry. And it also gives you a chance to speak with your peers in the industry from all over the country. So I highly recommend that you do get registered for one of these. And with that being said, I'm going to launch the first poll of today. Let me get this up on the screen. And this is, would you like more information about our IMS Academies? And again, we like to bring in top producers in the industry to go over their sales skills on how they became so successful, as well as marketing programs. So it's a great way to learn new marketing strategies and how to incorporate them into your practice effectively. You get to hear from other producers here at IMS that are in the field just like you. So fantastic opportunity to grow your business, or if you have an agency with sub-agents, a great way for them to come out and learn new marketing strategies and what's working best with other advisors in the industry. And thanks everyone for that participation. We're going to have 2 more polls throughout the end of this webinar, so don't hesitate to show your participation. Thank you. All right, now moving on. Just lastly, don't hesitate to follow us on Facebook or LinkedIn. And again, if you have any questions or comments about IMS, don't hesitate to reach out to Malik or I when this webinar concludes. But with that being said, I'm going to pass the floor on over to Harold.
Thank you, Jake, and thanks, Malik. Good morning to everybody, and again, appreciate your time on a little bit earlier in the morning. And so, really, what I was gonna review is the Athene support model and just the educational opportunities that we can offer, agents and advisors on how to, better serve clients in an ever evolving, tax policy environment where we have longer retirements. And additional challenges for folks seeking, guarantees. And this provides, financial professionals a unique opportunity to provide, after tax, benefits to their clients. And so it revolves around the premise of, helping clients maintain, as much tax-free retirement income benefits as they can, making sure that we're managing, clients, their objectives and their goals, and just navigating the the challenging landscape of of retirement planning. So I'm going to run through some slides this morning. First off, my name's Harold Dilemma. I am the relationship manager that supports IAMS. I'll offer a little bit of a testimonial. I know there was some mention around the top level customer service that IAMS provides. I can say that I wholeheartedly agree with that. It is a very hands-on organization, and service is of the utmost priority for the folks over there. So you all are in good hands when it comes to a firm that is going to look after you and make sure that your service needs are met. And so my internal partner is Will Van Rokel. He is in our home office in in West Des Moines. And so between Will, myself, the sales team, there are a number of resources that you can tap into to support, anything you might need in, writing and selling Athene products. Now, as far as what we're going to be reviewing today, just some high-level bullet points. Just the Roth IRA in general, contribution and conversion rules. The backdoor Roth IRA. The pro rata rule. The Roth 5-year rules. How the one big beautiful bill has impacted things, and then just Roth opportunities in general. And so I'll pause on the Roth opportunities because I did want to highlight that the IRA marketplace is $17 trillion. And so when we're talking about assets that can be repositioned, assets that can be put to better use, provide tax-free or some tax-free benefits to clients, there's a number of opportunities that are available out there that can be used to provide additional support and and benefits for our clients. And so the Roth IRA, it's nothing new, but it continues to change and evolve. So it's been around since the Taxpayer Relief Act of 1997. William Roth was the chief legislative sponsor, and the gist of it is that you are going to get qualified distributions from a Roth IRA that are free of income tax. And so how we do that and how it has evolved or different than traditional IRAs is that They both offer tax deferred growth. However, tax-free qualified withdrawals are only available within a Roth IRA. Some of the additional benefits is that you don't have to deal with required minimum distributions. In some cases with Roth IRAs, you do have the 59.5 rule, for early distributions, and then you do have some nuance here where we're talking about rules of withdrawals and 5-year rule regulations that we'll review later on in the in the presentation. And so Roth IRA ordering rules. So when we're taking distributions, how it comes out can impact the the tax benefits for the client. So you have your contributions that will come out first, where there would be no taxes and no penalties because that is after tax dollars. Any conversions that took place along the way, there'll be no taxes on that, and then no penalties, no IRS penalties as well, provided it's 5 years or distributed after 59.5. Earnings, we do have to follow the rules as well, where no tax or penalty if distributed after 5 years and attaining age 59.5. And then when we're talking about qualified distributions, a distribution made 5 years after a Roth IRA is established, and the client owner being age 59.5, being a qualified distribution, and then the distribution is because of death, disability, or first-time home purchases, that would also waive the tax penalties for those types of distributions being made. And so 10% penalty exceptions, fairly standard. So we're looking at 72T options, which Athene is actually very friendly when it comes to the 72T process. Emergency expense distributions, terminally ill individuals, unreimbursed medical bills, health insurance premiums, higher education expenses, and then birth or adoption, situations. So those are all of the exceptions. And then when we start looking at, contribution and conversion rules, this is where we get a little bit into, the nuts and bolts and just making sure that we're, aware of, limitations and really, which clients are available to, available to leverage some of these, some of these strategies. But for 2025 contribution limits, 7,000, and then if you're 50-year-old and older, you get the catch-up provision where you get to contribute up to, an additional 1,000. Those are subject to change, depending on the given year, but at least for 2025, clients still right now have the option to, still contribute, 7,000 or 8,000 for older, for older ages. You do have to be mindful of the contribution eligibility. And so those are all, based on modified, adjusted gross income. And so, married filing jointly, as you can see, you start getting phased out at 236,000 per household. And then if, for single filers, 150,000 above. And then if you're married filing separately, there's a separate provision there, 0 to 10,000. Now, Roth conversions, and this is something that myself and the team here at Athene talk about quite a bit, and we promote it. We try to provide as much education as we can, because it could be a great strategy, again, to help clients. And so essentially what a Roth conversion is moving money from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA. And so things to be aware of at the time when the conversion is made is that income taxes will be due on the amount that is converted. No income limits for Roth conversions. That is a great great tidbit to make sure you're aware of, because there are going to be a lot of clients out there, high income earning clients, that might think that they aren't eligible to have Roth IRAs in general, while they might have traditional IRA assets, or that might come from 401k rollovers, things along those lines, where they do have the option to convert all or portions of those IRAs. And then we can assist with either one, whether it be partial Roth conversions, full Roth conversions, whichever it's going to be more beneficial for the client. 3 considerations per our friend Ed Slott, who is the the IRA guru for our side of the business. When will the money be needed? You want to look at this more from the planning of 10 to 15 years, what will the future tax rates be? The common theme for any of these types of strategies is making sure that if a client is preparing for potentially higher tax brackets or higher taxes later on, which I think most of us would agree that we would think taxes are going to go up over time. How can we use these types of strategies? So we want to we want to do conversions when tax rates might be more favorable, and be mindful of the timing. And then where will the money be? Where will the money to pay the taxes come from? And that's a common question again that we get, where somebody will want to do a conversion, but they need to be aware that there's going to be sources that we're going to have to tap into to pay for the taxes. Ideally, it would be outside of the annuity, but we do also have strategies or options available where we can leverage free withdrawals, some liquidity provisions within our annuity contracts to also offset some of the taxes when a conversion is made. And so the backdoor Roth IRA. And so this is something that's been around for a while. Again, probably a lesser known option because for a while, some planners where they were looking at this as an option, there was some conversations where it might have gone away or it was a loophole, doing this. But until 2017, there was some concern the IRS would make this, would kind of close the loophole on this. But they actually, in 2017, provided more guidance and details that this is something that that they're okay with, and it was part of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. And so essentially, it's a strategy for high earners who are not eligible to contribute to a Roth IRA to make pre-tax, or I should say non-deductible after-tax IRA contributions, which you would be eligible for, regardless of of earnings, and convert it into a Roth. And the way that I guess the backdoor concept came to be is literally you would contribute into a traditional IRA, on an after-tax basis, and then the next day you would submit a request to convert that money into a Roth, which is allowed. And so that's something for clients again that might be phased out due to higher earnings, but there is a strategy out there for options to still contribute and then at the same time do a conversion, literally the next day. And so the pro rata rule is also something that we want to be mindful of because there is a concept where traditional IRA assets, regardless if it's pre-tax or after-tax IRA contributions, the IRS looks at it as one pool of money. Based on on the presentation, one bucket of money. And so when you do a conversion, you can't necessarily isolate the after-tax dollars to to convert those into a Roth. Instead, what they'll do is they'll look at the overall IRA bucket of money and they'll apply the pro rata rule, which is, let's just say you have 50% after tax, 50% pre-tax. If you were to convert any portion of that, 50% of that converted amount would then become taxable. And I have a little case study here that somewhat illustrates that. And so Jane, age 45, is married, filing jointly, with a modified gross adjusted income of 400,000. Holds a rollover IRA from an old 401k worth 93,000, but wants to make a $7,000 non-deductible IRA contribution, to a Roth. So the IRA 5-year rules. Oh, apologies. So because the 93% of the money in her IRA is pre-tax, 93% of the conversion is going to be subject to taxes. So again, we just want to be mindful that whatever we convert, that we are applying this pro rata rule if there is a commingling of after-tax dollars and pre-tax dollars. And so the Roth IRA 5-year rules, these are, again, things that we want to be aware of as we're planning for clients' liquidity and when they might be needing income. And so there's 2 separate 5-year rules that we want to be aware of: penalty-free distributions and tax-free distributions. And there can be a little bit of confusion, when applying the 5-year rule to to either one of these, but only applies the 5-year rule for penalty-free distributions. So this is more IRS penalties. Only applies to the penalty and not the income tax piece. Only applies if the Roth IRA holder is under 59 and a half, and only to conversions. So if converted funds are not held for at least 5 years or until age 59 and a half, just like traditional IRAs, there would be a 10% penalty, and then each conversion has its own separate 5-year holding period, and the 5-year holding period begins on January of the year that the conversion was made. So if a conversion was made in December of 2025, that would be considered, for tax year 2025, so January of this year. And so just to pause a little bit and just to put a little bit of the Athene product application on this, whenever a Roth IRA conversion is done within an Athene policy, we actually create a separate, we call it a child policy. So you could have, Athene policy number 1, and if you were to do a Roth conversion, we would have a separate policy that might be policy number 1A. And that way we hold it separately because it would be easy to track the 5-year rule for that one specific conversion. And so, and every year that a conversion is made, an additional child contract would be created. So if a Roth conversion was done next year in 2026, that would be policy number 1B, and it would have its own separate tracking for the 5-year rules, just to make sure that everything is being accounted for correctly when it comes to the distributions. Now, when we're talking about the 5-year rule for tax-free qualified distributions, again, doesn't have to deal with the penalties. It's only dealing with the income tax, and the 5-year period starts when a taxpayer's first Roth IRA is established. So it does not have to start over, for each, IRA contribution or conversion. It comes down to when the actual Roth IRA is started. So, and again, it goes back to January 1 of the year that it was established. So if somebody were to establish a Roth IRA in December, essentially it counts for tax year 2025, and it would count as of the January 1 rule. Okay, and so case study for this one, we have John, age 45, converted 100,000 in 2019. The Roth IRA is now 125,000, and John withdraws all of the money. Held the Roth IRA for 5 years, but the withdrawal is not a qualified withdrawal because he's under age 59 and a half. So in this case, all of the conversions, all of the contributions were going to be free of taxes and penalties, but the $25,000 earnings would be subject to taxes and penalties because it is because John is not 59 and a half years old or older. Okay, and so when we talk about these these types of planning strategies, leveraging Roth IRAs, Roth conversion strategies, it is always going to have some tie-in to the current landscape for for legislation, and we just want to be mindful of that. And that's why there's always going to be continued education around how we can best apply these strategies in the current environment. And so so the acronym SALT, which is state and local tax, there's a phase out for that. So even though the OBBBA increased the state and local tax deduction from 10,000 to 40,000, we have to be mindful that the deduction begins to phase out at a 500,000 modified adjusted gross income, and it reaches the statutory floor of 10,000 for income that's 600,000 or more, and that Roth conversions add to a IRA owner's modified adjusted gross income in the year that the conversion is made. So a couple things to be mindful of as you're going through it, and it always helps to tie in if the client works with a tax advisor or CPA, just make sure that we're covering all bases when it comes to recommending these types of strategies. But the case study here is we have Randy and Sarah. They have a adjusted gross income of 500,000. Their itemized deductions are 75,000, which includes the 40,000 state and local tax deduction. They convert 100,000. What are the implications? What are the ramifications? As now their adjusted gross income now is up to 600,000. which causes their the state and local tax deduction to go from, to go down to the minimum of 10,000, and then there's now a taxable income increase by 130,000, which is a hidden tax of approximately 10.5%. And so when we're going through these types of strategies, there are huge benefits that can be offered to the clients, but we do have to be strategic at the time of the timing and the amounts, and that's where these types of scenarios can be avoided. And so when we're talking about Roth IRA, additional opportunities, again, some hidden or lesser known opportunities that are available. This is part of the Secure Act 2.0, and this has to do with 529 plans. And so 529 plans have become more and more popular over the years. But one of the drawbacks is that if the benefactor of the of these Roth of the 529 plans, for whatever reason, doesn't need the money or doesn't use the money for higher education expenses, what are our options now? And so with the 529 plan, must have been open for 15 years, and an eligible rollover amount must have been in the plan for at least 5 years for us to do a conversion where we can convert the 529 plan assets into a Roth. The annual rollover limit is $7,000 per year, and rollover and lifetime is $35,000. So still, even with some of these initial restrictions, still a great opportunity to leverage for any of the clients that we have that own or created 529 plans for children, grandchildren, where we can still provide rollover opportunities for the plan's beneficiary, where if they didn't use it for higher education, at least they have a Roth IRA now under their name. And then this is something that caught the press's eye, maybe a few years ago, and it's the mega backdoor Roth IRA. It's a strategy for those with 401k plans that allow certain types of contributions, as well as some flexibility for withdrawals and ways to leverage this opportunity. But essentially, you could have high income earners that are still able to contribute to 401k plans, and the plan must allow in-service distributions to a Roth IRA or transfer funds from an after-tax portion to Roth IRA. So when we're talking to clients, I know in some cases, if we uncover that the client has substantial 401k assets, but they can't touch it, they might be currently employed by that, by the sponsor of the 401k plan. And so what other options do we have where we might not be able to do a traditional 401k rollover into a another qualified account, like an annuity, separate from the 401k plan. There might be an opportunity, depending on the plan rules, where we can distribute to a separate Roth IRA and create tax-free income benefits for clients that, again, may not be aware that those types of options or strategies are available. Okay, and so the rules, limits in place for after-tax contributions depending on the 401k plan, but for 401ks, you do have substantially more opportunity to make contributions. So the 2025 cap for all contributions to a 401k plan was 70,000, with the catch-up provision for ages 50 to 59, up to $81,250. So lots of opportunity. Or I should say, lots of flexibility there for clients to contribute, more into a company-sponsored retirement plan, where then if they have these more flexible options, which are more available out there than I think most people are aware of, they can take advantage of some of these Roth conversion strategies. Okay, now we apply Athene and our offering around, the Roth conversion strategies and how to implement that. So we do have a number of pieces available. So as you can see here, our brochure, we have white papers and job aids and additional things that can help you educate yourself as well as your clients as far as how they can go about a Roth conversion. And then we also have a newer member on our team that you all may not be familiar with. His name is Jay Kaut. He leads our advanced markets teams, and he holds webinars on this concept numerous times over the course of the year, because again, the Athene products, our flexibility within our products are designed to, leverage these types of, again, these types of planning strategies. And so if you have any questions regarding, what's available, the resources, how to go about, if you have existing clients that might be a fit, how to go about transacting, conversions, please feel free, to reach out to myself or to the sales team, on the number on the page. And then of course I have to run through, our lovely disclosures. But Jake, Malik, that's all I had for today. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but I'm happy to answer any questions with the remaining time that we have.
Yeah, no, completely understandable. We all have technology issues. But with that being said, I have two more poll questions. And while these poll questions are running, do not hesitate to type in any questions in the questions box. We do not have any questions as of yet, but I will get this poll going. And this is, are you currently prospecting clients for Roth conversion opportunities? And then the next poll after this is going to be, would you like to be contracted with Athene? And because they have other great product, or a lot of great products, and we have a very long continued relationship with Athene. So yeah, no, thanks everyone for your participation here. And again, don't hesitate to type any questions up into that questions box. I'll keep this one going about 5 more seconds. Thank you everyone for your participation. And then with the last poll, still no questions up there. Is there any additional information you would like to add today, Harold or Malik?
Not today, Jake. I appreciate it. I just want to thank everyone for joining today's webinar.
And looks like you hit the nail on the head throughout the webinar, Harold. We have no questions. But if anyone has any questions when this webinar concludes, don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Malik. Would be more than happy to get those questions answered for you, as well as if you have any questions just on IMS, or if you think you might possibly have a Roth conversion opportunity come up, or just any opportunity to write an Athene policy, just give us a buzz. But yeah, no, with that being said, if there's anything additional you'd like to add, Harold, if not, we can let everyone get on with their Tuesday.
Yep. Thanks again. Appreciate the time, everybody.
Yeah, no, thanks everyone for joining. I hope everyone has a great day.